everyone, my name is Leah, Coach Leah. I teach the women's kickboxing classes here at Pentagon MMA, and I'm also have been on the fight team for a few years now, so I'm happy to do stretching, post-workout stretches for pregnancy. I'm about 23 weeks at the moment, and Clara here is joining us, and she's about 35 weeks, so lots of different levels here, and do what's comfortable for you, and please ask your doctor before you engage in any physical activity, but this should feel good and this should feel easy after a workout. So we'll start sitting on our shins, on our knees. Take an inhale, bring your right hand beside your hip, and on that big inhale, arc the left arm up and over, stretching out of your hip and looking up at the ceiling. And exhale. Bring the left hand back beside the left hip, and we'll do the other side. On an inhale, arc the right hand up and over, look up at the ceiling. And on the exhale, bring it right back down. Bring your toes together, knees wide apart. We'll start to walk the hands forward into a child's pose. Good. Let the forehead rest on the floor if you can. If not, you can place your fists underneath your forehead to get a little bit more space. Inhale here, and exhale. Up on the fingertips, start to walk your fingertips over to the right. You can even place your left hand on top of your right hand. And start to bring your left side body and your left armpit towards the floor. Feel a little stretch here. On the inhale, walk it through center and over to the left side. You can bring that right hand on top of the left. Relax the head and neck, unclench the jaw. Maybe twisting the right side body towards the mat. Exhale. On the inhale, walk the fingers back up through center and back up to a seated position. And we're gonna sit on our sits bones here. Bring your right knee towards your right and your left knee sort of splayed out towards your left, and we'll twist towards the right side. Inhale and exhale. Back to center, bring your knees over towards your left, and a nice easy twist towards your left side. Inhale, and exhale. And back through center. Let's get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch here. So we'll come into, first we'll come into cat-cow position. So wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. On the inhale, look up, let the belly hang. And exhale, arch your back. Let the head and neck drop. Press through the hands. We'll do two more like that. On the inhale, look up. And the exhale, arch. One more. Inhale, look up. Pressing the toes into the mat. And on the exhale, arch your back. From here, stand up back on your shins, bring your left leg forward. We'll keep the right knee on the mat and start to bump out into that front right hip. And if it feels good, you can bring your hands overhead, grab your right wrist and pull it up and over towards the left out of that right hip. Inhale and exhale. Good, bring your hands back to the mat. We'll pull back, straighten the left leg. Get a nice hamstring stretch here. And exhale back into the lunge. Bring it forward. We'll do one more. This time keep the whole foot on the mat as you pull back on the left leg, straighten it. Doesn't have to straighten all the way. And exhale, relax. And let's switch legs. Bring the left knee down to the mat. Bring the right foot forward. Nice and easy, bumping out into the right front hip, the left front hip. And if it feels good, you can bring your hands above your head, grab your left wrist, and pull up and over towards your right. Feeling a nice stretch up and out of the left hip, across the left side body. Bring your hands back down to the mat, and release that right leg. Unbend the leg. Flex the toes, hamstring stretch. Back into the lunge, and we're gonna do a hamstring stretch one more time, this time with the sole of the foot remaining on the floor on the mat. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of your ankle here too. You can wiggle around if you're feeling tight. Don't crank on it too much. And back into the lunge. Place your hands on the mat. back to a tabletop, and from here we're gonna press up into a high plank position. And then exhale, push back, downward facing dog, hips over heels, relax the head and neck, start to pedal out the feet here, left and right. Deeply bend the knees, bring the hips to the sky, shake the head yes and no, and start to bring those heels towards the mat. Good. And on your next inhale, take the left leg up towards the sky. And on the exhale, look at your hands, bring your left knee to left wrist, place the left leg across your body on the mat, and start to walk the right leg back behind you. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Nice outer hip stretch here. If that's too much, you can stay standing up. You can also place a block or a pillow underneath your left hip. And relaxing here. One more breath. From here, we'll go back up onto the hands into a downward dog one more time. Bring your left foot to meet the right. Pull back on the hips. Let the head and neck go. On the inhale, right leg up. And bring the right knee to right wrist. Let the leg out on the floor in front of you, across your body. Walk back the left leg. Inhale, look up. You can stay here. If it feels good, you can start to walk it forward. One more inhale and exhale. Good. And then from here, you can walk yourself back up and then just sit onto your right sit bone. And from here, we'll do one more outer hip stretch. We'll do stacking fire logs if that's comfortable. So right leg out in front of you. Take your left leg, place it over your right. If this is too much and you feel like your left leg's all the way up here, you can just sit regular crisscross style too. But if not, you're stacking the legs, left ankle over right knee. Inhale here, look up, and then exhale, start to walk it forward any amount. Flex the feet, release the head and neck. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, we'll walk it over towards the right. Walk your fingers towards the right. Inhale, exhale, and back to center. Walk it back up, and we'll switch the legs out. And if you're seated regular crisscross style, you can put the other foot in front this time. So right ankle over left knee. Get comfortable here, shift left and right. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, walk it forward. Any amount. Shouldn't be too much of a strain on your outer hip. And then we'll walk the hands over towards the left, get a little bit up and out of that right outer hip. Exhale, and back through center. And we'll start to reset here. From here, and we'll roll it back onto the back. I'm gonna spin over this way. We'll roll back onto a back, and we'll start to reset the hips and pelvis. So from here, we won't be here too long, but bring your hands to the top of your thighs, and gently slide them towards your knees, and then bring your knees towards your hands. And this should feel nice and relaxing, just letting your knees dangle, letting your femur rest in your hip sockets here. And start to slow down the breathing. One more nice deep inhale and exhale. Release the hands, release the legs. Roll onto your right side, and we're gonna switch sides now. So we'll end in a final resting pose on our left side. So nice comfortable seat on your left. You can rest your cheek on your right bicep or directly on the floor or a cushion. And we'll just start to close the eyes or let the gaze be nice and soft. Bring the breathing down to a slower rhythm. And we'll take 5 deep breaths here. Letting the heart rate sort of slow down a little bit with the slower breath. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, and 1 more. And start to slowly Wiggle your fingers and toes. Nice and gently bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. And thank you for joining us. Thank you, Clara. And enjoy the rest of your day.